good morning, everybody. Let's see. Hi, Sue. Okay. Let me know where you're watching from, what your weather is doing, in the comments, please. Good morning. My name is Chris Brower. I'm coming to you live from my stamping room in Worthington, Minnesota, where we thought we were going to be having a big blizzard this morning, and we've got nothing. We have nothing but wind. So our grass is dry and stuff is blowing around. So we almost always have wind in Worthington because we live on the Buffalo Ridge, but I really was hoping for a good storm. So our friends in the south of here are having a blizzard. So I've heard that Spirit Lake and Spencer and Lamar's and Omaha are all having blizzard conditions and probably getting a ton of snow. And Rochester, my people over in Rochester are going to get a ton. It said up to a foot snow. So we got ripped off this time. But anyway, so Sue, you don't have to work today. Nice. Lamar's wet, heavy snow and wind. Now the snow appears to have stopped. Okay, well, good. So I'm headed that way on Friday, so it probably will be gone by then. All right, and let me see. I like to always tell you guys what my temperature is. It is 32 degrees, so chilly. Yesterday was like, I don't know, we've had 70 almost in the last couple days. Spring in Minnesota is always very much, Mother Nature is very moody this time of the year. So, all right, well, something popped up on my Facebook feed yesterday that said that today was National Quilting Day. Well, I got all excited. I thought, ooh, I'm going to do a quilting card. Apparently it was on Saturday. I don't even remember now what it said, but so I am a few days late. But either way, we're going to make a quilted card. So let's go ahead and get started. Flip my camera down, straighten things up, and I think we're ready to roll. So I started by cutting these few pieces. So this is a set of Designer Series paper that is current in Stampin' Up! World. It's called Floral Delight. And in here I literally had a few scraps, and the strips worked out to the size that I needed. Hi, Arlene. So what you need is, I should have written this all down. You need 3, I'll do it on here and you can take a screenshot. 3 at 1 inch by 1 inch. So that's these 3. And you need 3 at 1 by 1 inch by 1 1/2 inch. And that's these 3. So Sue is saying any day can be a quilt day. I agree. I'm not a quilter, and I have no desire to become a quilter, but I do know that a lot of card makers also do quilting. So, honoring you all today. So, I'll give you a chance to take a screenshot of that, and then we will get going. I'm going to need some help on making a few decisions here. So, I know that I'm going to make the card base in white, but I'm wondering what you guys think. If I should use Daffodil Delight or Lemon Lolly. So let me set the pieces on top here. So Lemon Lolly or Daffodil Delight. Daffodil Delight or Lemon Lolly. What do you think? Give me an opinion on, and the card base is going to be white. So let me slide these up here. Lemon Lolly on white or Daffodil Delight on white. Okay, thank you, Arlene. That's the one I was leaning toward. Arlene says daffodil. Alright, so let me bring in my trimmer. I need a card base, which is a half of an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. So, because I know the chances are pretty good that I'm going to be, hey Sue says daffodil, Tony says daffodil. Okay, chances are really good that I'm going to use the other half of this paper for another card. So I always like to start by just scoring the whole thing. So I'm scoring it. The Stampin' Up! Trimmer has a scoring blade and a cutting blade, which I think is really handy. And then it also has a line right here, which is 5.5. So it's pretty easy to get your card cut in half to the right size. Alright, let's set that aside. Then I want this piece to be for... Oh, I cut that the wrong way. I should have cut it the long way. Do what I say, not what I do. 4 by 5.25. Alright, and that is it for the... If you're just joining me, these are the measurements of the pieces we needed. You need 3 that are 1 by 1 and 3 that are 1 by 1.5. Alright, bring in my bone folder so I get a nice crisp fold on my card. Hi Linda! What's the weather doing in Arizona? It's always nice in Arizona. There's my card base, and these pieces are going to go on here like a quilt. So one that way, one that way, one that way, and then my 1-inch ones are going to fill in these other spaces. Now, if I was making a quilt, I'm sure there would be a very precise way on how to measure these and lay them out, and the spacer that's in between. But with paper and glue, it's really just a visual thing for me anyway. 60. Oh, Linda, that's a little chilly for Phoenix. Okay, so I have this stamp set called Spring Corners, and I was hoping that I would be able to use this on this card. I feel like, yeah, I love this DSP too, Linda. I feel like if I arrange this appropriately, I should be able to put this, I'm going to use Happy We Are Friends, and I might go very rogue. Oh, I was thinking of putting it down here, but that would say, that'd be upside down. Okay, so it's going to have to be here or here. If I stamp this on here, and if I don't, maybe I'll off-center the whole works, so I have room for that stamp over here. I'm going to go for it. Does that look weird though? That's okay, because I'm going to put a bow also. So I'll put the bow over here also. Alright. So I'm not going to stamp first. I'm going to glue first. I'm going to bring in my liquid glue. 75, that's perfect, isn't it, Linda? I think that's a perfect day in Phoenix. So all of these, this was 3 pieces of paper. I just had an idea. Let me bring in my washi tape, and that would help me get a nice straight line to start with here. If I can find the beginning of the washi tape, that is always the challenge, isn't it? I'm going to just run my razor blade along here until I feel like this is a brand new roll. This is old washi. I feel like I will feel it. Oh my gosh. Watch Chris live on camera try to find the end of washi tape. Let's try a different one here. This one I can see better. Okay, there we go. All right. So I'm gonna just put a little tape here and tape that down to my mat, and this is where I love that there's a grid here. All right. So now I'm going to put this one here. I want it a little off-centered. I'm going to start with the middle one. Do. Can you tell I haven't practiced this card? I have not practiced this card. Alright, let's do the middle one. And I know it's not in the middle, but I don't want it to be today. Alright, there's one. I'm going to try to leave the same amount of space between each quilt patch. Is that what they're called? I don't even know what they're called. And I'm going to make sure that I use all different patterns. Alright, this is my favorite. Of course, the simple gingham in this designer series paper pack is my favorite. That piece of tape was a big help on there. Free tip. Blocks. Thank you, Sue. What did I call them? Quilt blocks. These are all blocks. Even if they're rectangular, I bet they're called blocks, huh? I don't know. Some quilts are even triangular shape. Are they still called blocks then? Okay, now this is a handmade card, so it is not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. Oh no! Let me get out my undo. My washi tape stuck to my... I'm not a huge washi tape fan, and this is the reason why. I know it's probably not meant to be used as a line guide, but alright, let's get that out of the way. So, undo, have you ever heard of that product? It's for getting things that are sticky off, and then it's alcohol based, so it dries and the sticky item actually remains sticky. So what my washi did was pulled up my cardstock right there, and I'm annoyed about it, but I'm gonna try to remain calm. I'm gonna put just a stitch. Paint, yes, Linda, I 100% agree with you on the painter's tape. For those of you that don't know, I am doing an event in Lamars, Iowa, and I'm going to be their vendor. And so I'm also going to be doing, oh shoot, I wanted to put, well, too late. I wanted to put some ribbon or baker's twine on here before I glued them all down, but too late. All right. Hot Mess Express today, ladies. Thank you for bearing with me. I'm doing a vendor fair in Lamars, Iowa for 60 to 70 crafters, and so almost everything I own is packed because I'm also doing several demonstrations, and my painter's tape is packed. So that is why I grabbed the washi. Happy we are friends. Okay, that worked out nice on the corner there. Okie dokie. Now, what do you think? Lemon Lolly, Baker's Twine, or the neutral colored Baker's Twine? Or both? Lemon Lolly, Lemon Lolly, natural, or both? What do you guys think on there? It's hard to tell on camera, I bet. Sherry loves undo. Yep. Post-its instead of washi. Yes, that would have worked also. Thanks, you guys. Those are all good suggestions. I just have hardly any of my supplies at my arm's reach right now. Alright, so I'm going to be wrapping Baker's Twine around this, and I'm wondering if I should use the natural colored or the... Oh, hi, Tammy. Tammy, I will be seeing you soon. Okay, both. Everybody's saying both. Tammy's, yep, I'll see you in Lamar's. Okay, so here's a little trick that I have for adhering your ribbon or Baker's Twine to the back of your cards. I like to use tear tape. I know that you also can use Scotch tape. I like to use tear tape mostly because it's always handy, and my Scotch tape is not always handy. So, alright, I'm putting on these two on the back, and then I'm just not taking off that wax piece. I may eventually, but right now I'm not. Alright, and I'm going to separate them a little bit so we get a little bit of interest here. Oh yeah, that's cool. Okay, and then on the other side I'm going to do the same thing with my tear tape, and I just use it kind of like Scotch tape. So, alright, it looks like everybody agreed both together. Okay, that's kind of fun. Alright, now I'm also going to take a little bit and I'm going to tie a bow because I kind of want to fill up this side of my card since I offset this whole thing. Let's see if that's what I want to do. Yeah, that'll be cool. So, nice. And this Baker's Twine is still pretty flat, so it will mail well. Okay, so the Lemon Lolly came from this 3-pack of Baker's Twine. It has, I wanted to be sure it was a 3-pack. Yeah, it has the Balmy Blue and, is this, I'm not sure. It doesn't even say the color. It's probably Calypso, Flirty Flamingo in there. So that's a fun pack. And then the other one came from this Baker's Twine Essential pack that has all the neutrals in it. So black, gray, very vanilla, natural, and then also this one. There's a couple doubles in there right now. Okay, so this is my first very, very, very basic and simple quilt looking card. Let's add some bling. Also don't have all of that here, so let's see what I can find in the right colors. Let's add some of these. This is some leftovers from a class. Looks like all I have is the large, and that's okay because it will offset where the where I have the bow here. So let's put a couple of these on. Oh, you know what? The perfect place. Put one up here to cover that little boo-boo. I'll put one over here, and I think I saw one more small one in here that will go nicely right up there by that boo-boo. Oh yes, and then I can get rid of this sheet of get rid of this plastic sheet. Come on. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Okay, super, super simple quilted card with the new-ish stamp set spring corners. Could it have more? Absolutely. Maybe if we pop it up, maybe that will give it a little more zhuzh. The more I do to it, though, the more it seems that it's going to take extra postage, so be careful about that. One way that I counteract the necessity of needing extra postage is I put another card, postcard, index card, scrap piece of cardstock, old junk mail. I put something else in the envelope with it. Let me show you what I mean here. Alright, make sure this is on the right way. Center that nicely. We're going to do one more, ladies. The next one is a little bit more wow. So I have a variety of things that I can put in this envelope. These are some cards that we got in some promotional things from Stampin' Up. These are some cards I found at the Dollar Tree that have a prayer on them, and you can put that on there to protect your card. I have printed my own out of cardstock with my information on it, but either way, if you put something on top of this before you mail it, it will help to sort of flatten the card. Okay, Tammy has a question. Tammy says, I didn't see the beginning, but have you added glitter pen on just one of the squares? No, but, ooh, they're packed. Yes, Wink of Stella on one of the squares would be awesome. For those of you just turning in, here's the measurements that I started with. And Linda, yes, you can also turn the card inside out. So, alright, I will be sending this card to one of you. Let's see, what could I do? Does anybody that's watching have a birthday in late March or early April? Who has the closest birthday? I'll be sending you this card. Alright, if you're watching the replay, no problem. Let me know that you're watching the replay, and I will decide on Sunday night who has the closest birthday. Alright, so let's set that one to the side. Let me wipe my measurements off here. This is the amazing Stampin' Up! Glass mat, and you can write on it with the blends or a Sharpie marker, and it wipes right off with a little bit of alcohol. Alright, the next card is going to be a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit more quilted, I guess. Okay, so I am using the Designer Series paper, loving this set also. It's called Everyday Happiness. Let me show you what's in here. There's that one. I'll show you the backs too. There's that one. And there's that one, and then here's the backs. So kind of a tie-dye. And you get 3 or 4 of each. How many is it? I think it's 4 of each in this pack. There's this one with the roses on it. I think they're roses. And this one has just some soft stars. So, loving the colors in this paper. Alright, so for this card, I needed, I'll write it on here again. I needed 1 1/4 by, let's see, 1 1/4 by 1 1/4, and I needed, how many of those did I need? 2 of those. 2. And then I needed 1 1/4 by 2 1/2. 1 1/4 by 2 1/2, and I needed 4 of those. And then I need a 1 at 1 1/4 by 2 1/2, and that's for my sentiment. Okay, I will let you take a screenshot of that before I start covering it all up. The colors. Okay, hi Elaine. Lunch break. Awesome way to spend your lunch break. The colors in this pack of Designer Series paper are Gray Granite, Lost Lagoon, Mossy Meadow, Pecan Pie, Pretty Peacock, Very Vanilla, and Wild Wheat. Wild Wheat is one that is retiring. So, okay, so we need, for this card then, let me think this through. I'm going to make the card on a Very Vanilla card base. Whoops. Oh, my paper is, come on. Alright, Very Vanilla card base. So, I'm taking that, and like I said before, the chances of me using the other side are, 100%. So I usually always score the whole thing and then cut it in half. Alright. We'll burnish that with my bone folder. That first card that I did, by the way, was inspired by Amy Rich a long time ago. I found it on one of my Pinterest boards that I had saved with all quilting cards. So this glare is annoying me. Let's do that. Okay, that's my card base. And then I'm going to use Pretty Peacock as my background. And I'm going to cut it the right way this time. 4 inches by 5 1/4. These are all pretty standard sizes for card fronts and card bases. Alright, so now let me get my trimmer out of the way here, and let me get my card base out of the way. Alright, so here's how we're going to assemble this one. We're going to start with a square, and then 2 rectangles. For those of you that are just joining, I am paying homage to my quilting friends because National Quilting Day was just. Okay, and then This one, well, it doesn't really matter, but this one goes here. This one goes here. This one goes here. And the greeting goes right here. Okay, so let me do the greeting. I'm going to go ahead and use that same stamp set, which I now have completely lost track of. Here it is. Ugh, that didn't help. There. And I'm going to use, I think I'm going to just use You Brighten My Day. It's a little small though. It's a little small. Let me quick grab another stamp set that has a little bigger greeting. Has anybody posted a birth date? Do I have any March or April birthdays? I wonder if any of these will work. Pattern of Friendship. That seems like it just should go with a quilting set, right? Pattern of Friendship. Well, let's just do Happy Birthday. Looks like it would fit just slick on there. Alright, let's bring in a block. We're going to use Pretty Peacock. You know what, let's use Lost Lagoon. It's a little softer tone. This is a nice font, a nice size greeting sentiment. There we go. Get my ink out of the way. Close up my other ink before I... Okay, let's assemble. This paper is sitting here because the glare is just too much. Okay, I'm going to use my liquid glue. I'm running out. Oh, come on, don't do this to me now. I don't have a spare one here. There we go. Sometimes it just takes a little, I don't know, encouragement, right? This one is going to almost fill up my card base, and so I don't have to be quite so particular about the placement, because I know it's almost going to fill it. So, but I am going to go side to side, and then I just have to center the last one. Now on the last card that I did, I said that the yellow, the Daffodil Delight Gingham was my favorite pattern. In this one, I have to say it's probably this one with the little roses on it, and I am not a flower person. This is just a little crooked. Now on the last card, I was able to fix a boo-boo with my undo. That is not necessarily true with the liquid glue. It doesn't undo very well at all. So I'm not sure if that's actually crooked or if it's a mirage from the design in the paper, because I'm noticing right here that the design isn't actually even straight. So that one's not on me, although I do think it's not quite straight. It's a little bit of both. This is fun though, how these all just fit together. Hi, is it Leanne? Leanne is my new Facebook friend as of yesterday. Your name is spelled like Diane, but I'm going to guess it is pronounced Leanne. Okay, get that one on there. I'm not going to put my greeting on yet. Okay, now I'm going to bring in my Stamp Cut Emboss machine, and the embossing folder called Dashing Designs. I thought this looked very quilted. So, I'm correct. It's Leanne. Okay, good. Oh, Karen, it's not even done yet, but thank you. All right, we're going to take this whole piece now without the greeting on it, and we're going to put it through the Stamp Cut Emboss machine. So, I may have regrets when I'm done here that I didn't put the sentiment on, but if I really want, I can still probably emboss this too. Okay, ready? Dun da da! I always love when you put it through the embossing folder because it almost makes it look like it was just one sheet of paper to begin with. That alone is a gorgeous pattern. But isn't that fun? I think that's cool. Now I'm going to take the sentiment and we're going to pop that up so that it just has a little bit of uniqueness to it. These are the, what are these called? These are called foam dimensional sheets. And sometimes I grab these instead of the regular foam dimensionals. They're just as easy to use, and you can get the size that you need. If you just want to put one dimensional on the back of like a balloon or the center of a flower, you can kind of cut it to the size you want. You can also cut them very thin if you have like the petal of a flower or something where you just need a skinny one. So don't ignore the foam dimensional sheets. Alright, let's go ahead and stick that on there with a little bit of interest. Now, let me think. Do I have any ribbons in the right color family? I should have looked before I started. I could use that. Not that one. White, gold. I could color one to match, but I don't know that I want to do that right now. Alright, let's just use the ivory. This is a woven ribbon, and it's cream. Oh, that's going to be pretty on there. Okay, I'm just going to do a knot because, well, or maybe not. Maybe I will do a bow. This is nice and thin, so I think a bow will still work. I want it kind of petite. Let me think if this is what I want here. Yeah, I think that'll work. It was a little too big. So you can either do, people always ask me, how do you tie your bows? I can either do bunny ears. So bunny ears, loop through the middle, and then flip it around, or I can do loop it just like I would my shoes and loop it around that way. Either way. And then you just have to kind of fuss with it. So either way, whatever works for you. Let's see. Karen says the contrast of the quilted to the plain that's popped up gives the card a wow factor. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, awesome. That's what I was after. Thanks, Karen. I'm going to use a glue dot to adhere my bow. And the other thing about having the popped up part is that it kind of gives you a little bit of a room for the thickness of the bow. Okay, so another perk for that. Let me see what I have here in the right colors of dimension, or of bling bling bling. Let me see if I have anything. Ooh, there's a butterfly. Alright, here's a couple choices that we have. I could add those. I could not add those. I could do the ivory and gray. I could do those, and I could do a butterfly. Alright, let's do these. These are the iridescent foil gems. They come in a variety of sizes. I typically have always used all the tiny ones. I used them the first. So let's see. There's one there, and we'll put a little one with it. Arlene says I always put 3 in a row. That's my signature. I'm trying to get away from that. I don't know. I don't think it... I just think it needs 2. I'm just going to put 2 on there. That is so against the rules of art, but that's what I'm doing. This one has like some little fibers kind of stuck to it. So, alright, again, this could have Wink of Stella on the greeting, but it's packed. I'm not going to pop this up because I already popped up the greeting. Ooh, I hate to cover this whole back. It's so beautiful. I will also send this one to someone who has a birthday nearby. So I have 2 winners so far. I guess what you have to probably do is type in when your birthday is, and then I'll pick whose are the closest. And full disclosure, let me grab this. When I cut my pieces for this card, I actually cut enough to make 3. So I can have 4 birthday winners today. So type in the comments when your birthday is, and I'll send out 1, 2, 3, 4 winners on Sue. August is close. Karen, iridescent faceted gems, my favorite gems. Is that the ones I just used? Let's set them aside here. Iridescent, these are the foil gems. The faceted ones, let's see if I have any. I don't think I have any. You know what else though I could put on this card? I'll put the butterfly. I'll put a butterfly on each one. Alright. Let's see. The little tiny butterfly is going on this one, right on the happy. March 27th, Karen, and you'll be 75. I'm going to guess that you are going to be within the 4 winners, because that's pretty dang close. Alright, so these are the brushed brass butterflies, and they are also always awesome, also awesome. Okay, so for this card, the one I just did, here are the measurements. Let me see if I can get rid of that glare for you. There we go. There's the measurements for this card. And at the beginning of the video, you will see the measurements for the first one that I did. Now, this one absolutely could have been quilted also before I glued it down. In fact, maybe I'll do that on the other, or I shouldn't say quilted, but embossed. I maybe will do that on the other 2 that I'm going to make. So, February 28th, okay. I have to decide. No, I think I have to go forward instead of backwards. We'll see. Leanne, you still may be lucky. I don't get that many people commenting on my videos, so you guys that are commenting today may be my closest, so go ahead and comment. Hi Jane, comment when your birthday is. I'm giving away these cards to people with the closest birthdays, and I have 4. So, that is it for today. Happy National Quilting Day a few days late for those of you that are quilters. For those of you who are not quilters, I challenge you to make a quilted card and post it on my Facebook page. You can post it under this video, or you can post it. I will post my pictures in just a few moments, and you can post yours right on that same link. So if you're watching the video, type replay and then put your birth date, and and then when you see that I post my cards, add yours. Happy weird weather for those of you that are in the Midwest and enjoying either a blizzard or enjoying not getting the blizzard. I really wanted it, and we got skunked. So I was looking again desperately to see if it's snowing at all, but it's not. Thank you guys for watching and for supporting me. Remember that when you comment or share, it tends to bring my videos to the top of the page or to other people's pages, and so it gets me more traffic, and that always is fun for me. The more people that I can share with, the more fun it is. So thanks again, and have a great day.